What up, all my kings and queens? It's your girl Layla Love, and we are going to have a little nighttime chat while I wash my face with some Cetaphil. This is my first time ever trying it. I've been seeing it in commercials. I've been seeing people on Instagram talk about it, so I am going to try it and see if it works. Okay. As you can see, because you can tell about by the title of this live, we're gonna talk about 2020. We're gonna talk about the highs. We're gonna talk about being quarantined for 6 months. Okay, this is pretty gentle. This feels pretty good. Hey, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live. We're gonna talk about all the craziness from 2020. We're gonna talk about the diss track with Meg the Stallion. Taking Meg the Stallion's new album. Her taking shots at Kelsey. And we're gonna talk about her. We're gonna just talk about the album Good News in general. Okay, personally, I like the album. We're getting old Meg back. Meg the Stallion, our girl's back. She's giving us the energy that she was giving us on Fever. The album was everything. People are saying they don't like the Young Thug record. I kind of like it. I kind of like the record she was doing with Young Thug. I love the beat. The beat was something different. Lil Juke be doing his thing. Okay, say what you want about Meg's flows, but the beats are fire. Okay, Lil Juke definitely be doing his thing with them beats. Okay. But the thing with that is, I feel like other artists are not going to want to work with him. You see, he's just going to be, Megan's. He's just going to be Megan's producer. He's not going to be allowed to work with anyone because Megan feels like, once you work with her, you can't really work with anyone else. And that's not right. Like, she's basically telling her producers, her stylists, anybody that works for her is like, you got to miss out on a bag because Megan's going to feel some type of way if you go to work with somebody else. Like, if Lil Juke wanted to go work with Cardi B, he can't go work with Cardi B. Because Meg's going to have a problem with that. And I feel like that's not right. I feel like that's not right. So I just went to Dollar General, as you can see, and I got some Africa's Best Triple Repair Oil Moisturizer. Okay, so I am about to oil my scalp because it's a wash day. And I like the Cetaphil. I like it. I like how gentle it is. I like how it leaves your skin very soft and very supple, very clean and fresh. I feel very clean and I feel very fresh after using it. So this is definitely going to be, that's definitely going to be a part of my skincare routine. I really like it. The biggest thing with me is when I see skincare products like Cetaphil or like St. Ives, is one, do they work on, are they good for sensitive skin? Because my face is very sensitive. And two, is it good for melanated skin? Because there's a new skincare line called Melee that I really want to try. And I was thinking about trying it live and basically doing like a daily skincare routine to see how I could see. But I'm about to do a pre-wash. Tracy Ellis Ross put me onto the pre-wash. Tracy, she definitely put me onto the pre-wash. Like to oiling your hair before you washed it. Before, I never oiled my hair before I washed it. I would just wash my hair. That pre-wash is everything. Like, oil your scalp before you wash it. So how was everybody's day today? Did everybody have a productive Saturday? Did anybody even get any Christmas shopping done? Because I know with, C-19 floating around still, people are not exactly in the Christmas or holiday spirit. But I feel like now is definitely the time that people need like a little retail therapy. I want to play music right now, but YouTube is being a freaking ass and not allowing us to. It's a little quiet in here. So we're going to talk about the Mariah Carey Christmas special. You know your girl Mimi is the queen of Christmas. Okay, Mariah is the queen of. To me, she kept her crown as the queen of Christmas. Okay, and that should be like her new marketing. Okay, her people need to get on that. Like this money needs to market Mariah Carey as the queen of Christmas. Okay, ever since I was a kid, the holidays just wasn't the holidays, without Miss Mariah Carey. And this year she had this year I loved it because she had. I've never seen it. I've seen snippets of it. Okay, so I've seen from the clips that I've seen. I absolutely love. I love the fact that she had, Ariana Grande, who to me is a powerhouse vocalist. I love me some Ariana Grande. I personally think should have had Christina Aguilera on there too. I think it should have been a very vocal Christmas. Okay, I think it should have been just the vocal queens just up there having a good time. I think Mariah should have done like a duet. I think she should have done like a duet with Christina Aguilera, unless there's beef. Somebody tell me if there's beef there. I want to know if the queens of the music industry are having beef, because I wanted to see Christina Aguilera up there. And it's like, if you're going to have voices, if you're going to have chicks that can sing down, why not include Christina Aguilera? Now, I'm not a Christina Aguilera stan, okay? There's only a few songs of hers I actually like. Okay, I love Like I Do with with Gold Link. Love that. I love when Christina gets into her R&B bag. Okay? Because it doesn't come from a place to me, it doesn't come from a place of let me use hip hop and R&B culture to sell an album. Like to me, Christina Aguilera naturally fits in the realm of R&B. Like she just gives me blue-eyed soul. I love her. Christina Aguilera has always given me blue-eyed soul. Hey, Christina's always giving me blue-eyed soul. Ariana Grande is always giving me blue-eyed soul. I love it. And personally, like I said, if she was going to have vocalists, she should have had Sam Smith. Honey, if you're doing vocals, okay, you should have had Sam Smith, Mariah Carey, of course. Like, okay, if Mariah wanted to do like a very vocal Christmas, she wanted to do have just all vocalists on stage with her, she should have done Sam Smith. She should have had Sam Smith out there. She definitely should have had Christina Aguilera. She definitely, I'm happy she had Ariana Grande up there because Ariana's the only girl out here that could even come close to Mariah in vocals. Only one. And I think that's part of the reason why they were beefing. Well, I think that's the reason why they were beefing, period, is because everybody was saying she's the new Mariah Carey. We're saying Ariana Grande is the new Mariah Carey, and Mariah was like, I haven't gone anywhere. Okay, there is no new Mariah Carey. There's just Mariah Carey, and she's still here. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it confused. And I think it's because the music industry loves to just push aside older artists. It's the music industry's I can't stand the music industry's readiness to just push aside old artists. Like once an artist reaches a certain age, the music industry is just willing to toss them out. And it's like these people are brilliant. Like I don't know about you, but I want to hear for years to come. I want to hear Mariah Carey. Okay, for years to come, as long as Mimi is willing to grace us with her presence, I want to hear Mariah Carey. I want to hear Beyonce. Okay, and speaking of Beyonce, Beyonce said she was retiring from the music industry, that she was going to stay home with her 11 children and Jay-Z. No shade, you know. I mean, you did just make a whole entire album talking about how your man cheated. And a lot of women were like, oh, let me tell you something, because a lot of women were just like, the Lemonade album was fake. A lot of women actually thought the Lemonade album was fake. Okay. There were probably, and you already know there's some girls out here that are like, the Lemonade album was fake. She did it as the marketing tool. There probably wasn't a Becky with the good hair. And you know, people are probably saying there wasn't a Becky with the good hair. You know, there was no side chick. And she basically just had the beehive going after folks for no reason. That's not what I'm saying. But you know, there are some people saying because she stayed with Jay-Z, maybe Lemonade was, even though Lemonade was the greatest album of all time, Lemonade was the album, to me, was the album of the decade. Okay? Beyonce gave us everything. She gave us R&B. She gave us rock. She gave us pop. She gave us country. Okay, well, let's be clear. Those genres were created by Black people. Okay? And I was so pissed that SNL were doing a skit challenging Beyonce's Blackness. And it's like you had a bunch of non-Black people challenging Beyonce's Blackness. As if, who are you to dictate what is Black and what isn't? I am so tired of people feeling like they have the right to dictate to Black people what is Black and what isn't. I'm so tired. I am so sick. I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of people outside the community trying to dictate what's Black. As if collard greens, as if Black people aren't multifaceted people. As if there isn't more to us than collard greens and cornbread. There is. But y'all don't want to see that. Y'all don't want to hear it. Y'all think, like, America at large thinks that Black people are nothing but collard greens, cornbread, macaroni and cheese, and trap music. Okay? America at large thinks that Black people are nothing but Big Mama's cornbread, okay, and twerk music. That's what America thinks when they think Blackness. And if it ain't packaged as that, America gets confused. We're like, well, isn't she Black? Why is she singing like this? Why is she dancing like this? Blackness comes in all forms, shapes, sizes, shades, and that's the beauty of us. That is the beauty of all cultures. Is it's not this monolith. Okay, and I'm so sick of people trying to stereotype us and put us in a box. And that's basically what SNL did to Beyonce. They tried to stereotype her and put her in a box. Let me give y'all a little history lesson. Rock and roll was created by Black people. The architect of rock and roll was Little Richard. Yeah, I know folks talking about Richard's crazy and he doesn't know what he's talking about. He does. All the stuff that's happening in rock and roll, all the things that were going on during the 70s, the 80s, the 90s in rock and roll, Little Richard started it. Little Richard was the first to have women throwing their panties in their bras at the stage. Okay, because he was that man. Okay? Little Richard was the first to get naked up on stage. All that man was playing the piano. All that stuff that you saw, Leon, who played Little Richard so brilliantly in that movie, I might add, all the stuff he was doing, it was true. Okay? Little Richard started that. When Little Richard talked about how things are constantly stolen from Black people, he wasn't lying. Everything is constantly being stolen from us. Miley Cyrus. Okay, Miley Cyrus. We welcomed her to the cookout. We let her participate in Black culture, and what does she do? She calls it everything horrible, everything ratchet, everything just utterly appalling that she could. Basically told us that the only reason why, she was hanging out with rappers and she was, twerking is because, she was going through her drug phase. Okay, she was going through a rough time in her life. So you mean to tell us that the only time you're interested in Black culture is when you're going through a rough time in life? Really, I'm just so freaking sick of that. And people want to put the blame on just Miley Cyrus. Okay, I'm not here to put the blame on Miley Cyrus for that. I blame Pharrell. Let's be clear. I blame. Oh, thank you, Amy. I blame Pharrell for that. Okay, everybody wants to blame Miley Cyrus. No, blame Pharrell too. Okay, because he's the one that gave her. Okay, so did you see the magazine article? I think it was in Rolling Stone, where she talked about how hip hop and Black culture was just a phase for her, like a phase that she was going through when she was going through like a dark time in her life. So I was like, don't blame just Miley for that. Everybody else was giving Miley the side eye. I was like, why aren't y'all talking about Pharrell? Pharrell's the one that gave her the keys to the culture and told her it was okay. And by the way, Pharrell should have told her, honey, before you start twerking, grow a butt. Okay, you're gonna need to gain a little weight, get a little meat on them thighs, get a little bit of booty, because that struggle twerk she was doing on Robin Thicke during the VMAs was not right. Y'all had my girl Miley looking a mess. Okay? That ass was not moving. Okay? Ferocious told her, baby girl, you need to eat. Okay? Should have been handing that girl some cheeseburgers, some french fries, some macaroni and cheese. Oh, hi. And in the process of teaching her how to twerk, he should have been helping her put a little bit of meat on them bones. Okay? Because that ass was not moving. And I felt so bad for Robin Thicke. I really did, because that looked like it hurt. I'm just saying, it looked like that shit hurt. Okay, having that flat, like, let's not even call it an ass. It was more like a tailbone. Just call it a tailbone. Because that's what it was. That's a tailbone. Her tailbone was rubbing up against Robin Thicke's pelvis. And the look on his face looked like he was being cut. It looked like somebody was taking a knife and just cutting away at his pelvis. Okay? That's no shade to her, but it's like you really just said that you use black people for a come up. It's like, love you, girl. I loved you as Hannah Montana. Okay? Best of Both Worlds was my song when I was a kid. Okay? I reckon Miley Cyrus is a man. She sure sounds like one. No hips, let alone no butt. Ooh, Amy. Ooh. Damn. My girl Amy ain't letting Miley keep none of her edges. My girl Amy ain't letting Miley keep none of her edges tonight. Shoot. She do sound like a man though, like low key. I have to agree with you. Homegirl does sound like a bit of a man. She does. Her voice is deeper than a lot of dudes that I know. It is. And she acts like a man too. She does. She acts like a whole entire dude. Like the way she played Liam. My goodness. And now homegirl is constantly talking about him. Every single time E! News posts her, she's talking about Liam. She's shading Liam. And it's like, girl, what did this man do to you? But try to help you. This man tried to help you, okay? He tried to clean you up a little bit because you were all over the place. Okay, we were like, what happened to our girl? It's like, we understand you're growing up, but growing up doesn't mean you act like you're on a really bad acid trip for 2 years. That was like, what, a 2-year-long acid trip. Okay? Like, growing up doesn't mean you spaz out like that to the point people might want to consider, like, yo, Miley needs to take a trip to rehab. Because people was looking at her like, Miley needs to take a trip to rehab. Just maybe a couple of stints. And I'm not talking about passages, okay? Passages in Malibu to me is not a rehab facility. It's a damn resort, okay? How was a massage supposed to help you through drug addiction? Answer me this. How is a massage in an Olympic-sized pool supposed to help you get clean and sober? Like really. They be trying it with that one. It's like, if you ever seen them passages of Malibu commercials, it looks like a damn resort. Okay? Meanwhile, broke folks have to detox at the Betty Ford Clinic. But send Miley to the Betty Ford Clinic. They should have sent Miley to the Betty Ford Clinic. Okay? Because obviously them trips to passages, if she ever went, didn't help. Okay? Like I said, an Olympic-sized pool is not going to clean somebody up. Oh my God, I'm such a big fan of your humongous wall. Thanks. Anyways. Yeah, you might be a fan of it, dear, but YouTube wasn't. Anyways, like I said, the Olympic-sized pool is not going to help somebody become clean and sober. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Okay. Okay. Speaking of Miley, has anybody listened to Plastic Hearts? I haven't listened to the album, but I haven't. What's all right? Dermatological Cream says, "What's a WAP?" Have you ever heard of Nikki the Stallion and Cardi B's new song? It stands for Wet Ass Pussy. Okay, if you ever heard Megan the Stallion, it's the reason. Okay, like I said, if you ever heard of Megan the Stallion's, yeah, the Megan the Stallion song with Cardi B called WAP, which stands for Wet Ass Pussy. Okay, the reason, and it's definitely the reason why Meg and Nikki are beefing. Meg and Nikki are low key beefing. But mint warm apple pie. Ah, okay. Where the pork at? Y'all are hilarious. Anyways, which is the reason why Meg and Nikki are beefing right now. Because she decided to work with Cardi, and I guess Cardi and Nikki are low-key beefing still. So I don't know. Even after Cardi said, like, Nicki's the greatest to ever do it, and that she likes Nicki's music. It's like, girl, you said you like Nicki's music because you couldn't handle the barbs. Okay? You couldn't handle the barbs and you couldn't handle the beehive coming for your edges. Okay, and I feel like, honey, if you're willing to talk, if you're willing to talk shit about a woman who's been in the game for 10 years, who has one of the world's largest fan bases, baby girl, you better be ready for people to come at your edges. Like, come on now. Like, I love Cardi B, but Cardi ain't meant for this life. Like, she's too busy clapping back at bloggers, people on Instagram. It's like, girl, you will never see Beyonce doing none of this. Beyonce sitting at home counting her millions with her 11 children, okay? And her billionaire husband. She don't care what we have to say because she knows we're going to buy her stuff anyways. Okay? As much shit as we talk about Beyonce, we still going to buy her stuff. Okay? We still going to buy her perfumes, we're going to buy her music, and we're going to go watch her movies. I know I am. The next Beyonce movie that's coming out, I'm going to put my mask on, go to the theaters, and get my popcorn and my soda. Put some extra butter on that thing, and I'm going to sit in my seat. I'm going to watch my girl Beyonce. Either be an action star or, do another biopic. I don't know. Okay? She says she's quitting the music industry. So she might be doing movies next. Who knows? But anyways, I know I'm watching. I've been a Beyonce stan since I was like freaking 12 years old. Okay? I'm proud to admit it. I am a proud member of the Beehive. I'm just not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm not a crazy member of the Beehive. I'm not one of those people that are out here stalking people's pages and leaving bee emojis behind every time they talk shit about her. Okay, I'm 28. Like, what do I look like leaving bee emojis on the pages of, 16-year-olds because they're running their mouth about Beyonce? And Beyonce ain't never met my behind. It's like, what am I going to bat for harassing a child and, possibly losing my job because I'm harassing somebody's kid online because some shit they was talking about Beyonce. People gonna talk shit about celebrities all day long. So we're gonna talk about Chris Brown. Have y'all noticed Chris Brown has not been in the news lately? Where has he been? Like he ain't all over social media harassing Tokyo Vanity anymore. He's not doing something absolutely. He's not going live. Being held up in the house. Hiding from what was the FBI, or was it just SWAT that he was hiding from? Is he had some former beauty queen, allegedly hostage at his house. So apparently homegirl called the cops. I know this is old tea, but allegedly homegirl called the cops and said Chris Brown was like brandishing an assault weapon in her face and basically threatening her bodily harm. But nowadays, I think he's married. I think he pulled a Michael Jackson and went off and secretly got married to his newest child's mother. I think he got married to Aiko's mom. Because was that ring he was flashing on Instagram? Wasn't that on the lockdown finger? I don't know. Like, y'all tell me, wasn't that on that lockdown finger? And that looked like a wedding band, too. It didn't look like just a regular, it looked like a wedding band. But, of course, men's rings do look like that, though. Like, men's rings look like wedding bands. So it could be just a regular, guy's ring. Like a regular ring or something that he got. Because y'all remember when Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie Presley ran off and got married? Didn't tell nobody. There was no wedding, nothing. Okay, like you remember the footage of Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie coming off his private jet? Both got wedding bands on. He's constantly posting Aiko's mom. Well, he posts Royalty's mom, but not the way he posts Aiko's mom, though. Like, the way he posts Aiko's mom just reads, "That's my wife." Okay, like, he posted a picture of a concert from, years ago and said, "That's where I met Aiko's mom." But he never makes posts about where he met Royalty's mom. I mean, I wouldn't make posts about that either if I were him. The last thing I would want my daughter to know is that she was possibly conceived in a threesome. Think about it. Royalty was possibly conceived that night that Carucci threw Chris a welcome home party when he got out of jail. Because that threesome didn't happen too long, before we found out Chris was having a baby. Like, the threesome happened, all of a sudden, Chris is a dad. I mean, put two and two together. That happened. That definitely happened during the threesome. That's my bet. Let me know in the chat what y'all think, because I think that's what happened. I think that baby was conceived during that threesome, and that's the reason why Chris never mentions where he met Royalty's mom. I guess he doesn't want to bring up the fact he met Royalty's mom at a party his ex-girlfriend threw for him. And then ended up having a threesome, and then homegirl allegedly got pregnant that night. We got to put allegedly in there, because I know Chris is probably not watching my damn YouTube channel, but just to cover my ass, we gonna say allegedly, okay? Ain't nobody got time or the money to be sued, okay? By these celebrities. Speaking of being sued by celebrities, we're going to talk about our girl, Tasha K. Tasha K is my fave. I do not care what people say about her. I love the woman down, and it's not just because my real name's Natasha. And well, her real name is Latasha. I think that's her full name. But anyways, we're both Tashas. I love her commentary. I think she's hilarious. I don't think everything she says is accurate, but I think it's funny. Okay, it's not everything she says isn't the truth, but it's funny. Personally, I think Armand is a little obsessed with her. I mean, because every other day this man's making a live video talking about Tasha K. It's like, man, are you a little obsessed with her? Reason why every other day you're making live videos about her and her lawsuit with Cardi B. It's like every other day this man is making a video about Tasha K. Every other day he's talking about Tasha K. This man has an obsession with her. It's looking a little, I would say single white female, but he's black and he's a man. It just gives me that look. Have you ever seen that movie Single White Female? Like that's what that situation between her and Armand gives me. It gives me very much that. Okay. So if y'all don't know, apparently Tasha K is being sued by Cardi B. I forgot the whole entire story. If you want to go check it out, it's on Tasha K's channel. It's amazing and it's hilarious to me too, how she describes the situation. But for me, it's like Cardi, keep the same energy. If you're going to sue black bloggers for talking shit about you, I'm going to need you to go after Harvey Levin. Okay? I'm going to need you to go after TMZ. All right? Because TMZ doesn't exactly post all positive things about you either. And the reason why she's going after Tasha K and other black bloggers, because she said they only talk negative stuff about me. They only say negative things about me. They only say negative things about QC. They only say negative things about the City Girls. They don't never say anything positive about the City Girls or about me. About positive, it's like, girl, the only thing positive you do is make good music. Are you giving back to any organizations that help Black people, whether they be African American or Afro Latino? Like, what are you doing? Are you giving back to the community that's made you famous? Because, sweetie, if it wasn't for us, if it wasn't for Black folk, nobody else would know about you or nobody else would care. Okay? If it wasn't for Black women like Mona Scott Young, sweetie, you would still be on IG talking about a hoe never gets cold. Okay? You would still be back at the strip club. Okay? Where Stevie sitting Jocelyn. Where Stevie tries to send Jocelyn every other episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I was like, if I was Jocelyn, I wouldn't be crying. I'd be laughing at him. Like, boy, you ain't sending me nowhere. If you was sending me back, I'd be like, boy, you ain't sending me back to nobody's strip club. Because if you were, you would have been done it. Okay? You would have been done it. I would have been back at the strip club. And I'd be like, hey, at least back at the strip club, my money's my money. It goes in my pocket. I don't have to worry about your thieving ass. And anyways, she would still be back. If it wasn't for a Black woman, Cardi B would still be at the strip club making IG videos. Okay? That's basically where we met her. If it wasn't for Black women saying, hey, this woman is dope. Hey, you should give her a shot. We like her. We fuck with her. You should give her a chance. She wouldn't be where she is. But she wouldn't be out here calling black women cockroaches. See, that's the stuff I don't like. And how about what? I call myself a cockroach too, sweetheart. When have you ever called yourself a cockroach? Where has there been any video of Cardi B calling herself a cockroach? Somebody please DM me a video of Cardi B calling herself a cockroach. I'd like to see it. I'd love to see evidence of Cardi B actually calling herself a cockroach. Can we get that, please? Yeah. Just lying through them new teeth. She's lying through her new teeth, man. Shit. You think with a new face she'd be a new person. And personally, I like her old face. I didn't think she was ugly. I didn't. I thought she was a pretty girl. Okay, before she had to go chop up her face like a Thanksgiving turkey. Okay, I blame Offset for that shit. I really do. Okay. Because if it wasn't for him, that poor girl wouldn't have chopped up her face. I love the Migos, but Offset got my girl out here looking crazy. He got my girl out here looking all kinds of crazy and ruining her career. And he ruined her face. Because y'all know that is the reason why she went under the knife and had somebody completely get into her damn face. Okay? Just chopped up her damn face like a turkey on Christmas. Ugh. I hate it when women go out and change themselves for a man. It's like, sweetie, no matter how many faces you get, he's not going to stop cheating. Okay? Speaking of which, Chloe, no matter how many faces you get, Christian is not going to stop cheating. He's not. He's not. No matter how big you blow up your ass, no matter how many times you go under the knife to look like Beyonce's baby sister, he's not going to stay. Next thing you know, Chloe is going to get melanin injections. Watch what I tell you. Chloe is going to go get melanin injections just to keep Tristan. Because she's not stupid. She understands what Tristan likes. Okay? Hence the Beyonce face. Okay? And she's probably going to go out and get a bigger ass. Okay? But sweetie, if you're going to get a bigger ass, make sure the thighs match. Okay? Go get a Kylie Jenner ass, not a Kim Kardashian one. Okay? Go to the plastic surgeon that did Kylie's ass. Now, he did a good job on that. He did a good job on that. He made it look like sis was just eating good. I like it. People can say whatever they want about Kylie Jenner. I like the work she had done. It just looks like her body just looks like she gave birth. Okay? And that beautiful baby is the reason why she got them hips and them thighs and that booty. Because sometimes childbirth can give you, a little bit of hips, some thighs, some booty, Makes your hips a little bit wider, spreads them hips. Ladies, don't be afraid of that hip spread. Okay, that hip spread is sexy. Okay? Got you with tiny little waist and them hips just come out to there. That's sexy. Okay? I don't know about you, but I think that's sexy. Okay? When them hips and them thighs get bigger. Okay? Who wants to cuddle up next to a stick? Fellas, you want to cuddle up to a woman? Do you want to cuddle up to a woman with some meat on her bones? Or a woman that's shaped like a chicken bone? Okay, what you want? You want a girl with some nice thick thighs, nice wide hips, big old booty. You wrap your arms around that at night. You hold her close to you. Don't you want to feel that instead of a skeleton? instead of a living skeleton, like, no shade to the girls that don't exactly got some meat on their bones, but guys like that more. Like, guys like a little bit of meat, a little bit of thickness. Okay? When he's hitting it from the back, he's got something to play with. Anyways, Like I said, no shade to Kylie. I really like the work she had done. I love it. I love the work Kylie had done. Okay, it looks natural. Stassi, her best friend, love the work she had done. It looks natural. Why? Because the hips, the booty, the thighs, it's all proportionate. That's what a real curvy girl looks like. I don't know why these girls be going out here getting plastic surgery, getting big old butts looking like they're hiding a watermelon in there. It just looks like they just went into Giant and stuffed the watermelon in the back of their pants. Like, sweetie, why do you look like you got cantaloupe ass? Like, why? Like, why are these girls out here getting a cantaloupe ass? You don't know what a cantaloupe ass is when you got girls. It's like a big, two big, round, like hard butt cheeks. Like the ass is like two, like really like abnormally round, and it's hard, and it just looks like there's two cantaloupes in there. It's like, huh. Anyways, but like Kim, somebody should have told Kim that I like Kim's original ass. She should have kept that. It looked real. And the thighs were matching. It's like, how do you go from your thighs matching to not matching? Is my whole thing. Like, Kim, y'all remember Kim back in the day, like the early days of keeping up with the Kardashians? Kim's real nose, Kim's real lips, back when she had the baby hairs. I like the baby hairs. Okay, as a black girl, I'm a fan of the baby hairs. I like it. Okay, I think she should have put some edge control, you know, take her a brush and lay down them baby hairs. Malika, Khadijah, you should have showed your girl how to lay them baby hairs. They weren't looking right to me. That's why she lasered them off. Because they weren't looking right. Malika and Khadijah didn't show her how to lay them baby hairs. Okay, you should have told her, look, girl, you take some organic root stimulator edge control. Okay, you take you a little toothbrush. Okay, you unscrew the top, scoop a little bit in there, and you lay your edges. Okay, you lay your edges. Okay. Speaking of baby hairs, we're gonna talk about J-Lo's baby hairs. Okay, also known as them grandma hairs. Also known as them hairs that look like they're old enough to collect Social Security. What was she doing? What was she doing? J-Lo loves to still black. Oh, but I'm not going with her. But J-Lo, honey, Jenny from the block. Okay, you need some Afro, J-Lo. You need some Afro Puerto Rican friends. You do. You need some Afro Latinas around you to teach you. Number one, what baby hairs actually are. Two, not how to lay, because she had them laid pretty good, but they just looked weird. Like, girl, you ain't never had baby hairs. And what was she calling them? She called them something in Spanish. I don't remember. Like, you're laying your baby hair. It's like you're laying your baby hairs, but they're not really baby hairs. Like, somebody should have told her how to do it. And speaking of J-Lo, let's talk about her stealing Beyonce's performance. Okay, as if anybody should be surprised this woman is out here stealing performances when she's out here stealing vocals. Okay, this woman has been pulling a Milli Vanilli since the beginning of her career. Okay. Listen to her album Rebirth, and listen to all her previous albums. Her album Rebirth, she was actually singing. And let me tell you, no amount of auto-tune, No amount of Mark Anthony standing there talking about, baby, you're doing great. You sound wonderful. J-Lo's an amazing singer. She just doesn't believe in herself. It's like, Mark, she gonna give you some anyways. Stop lying. I couldn't stand Mark Anthony when they were together. I couldn't. Because that interview he did with him and J-Lo in the studio, he's like, J-Lo is such an amazing artist. I just want her to believe in herself. No, she ain't. Stop lying. Stop lying. If you think lying to her is going to keep you off that couch, you're right. He said, let's be real, he said all that to keep himself off the couch. Okay? J-Lo just sparks to me as the type of woman to put her man on the couch when he messes up. And he didn't want to end up on that sofa. Okay? He wanted some of that J-Lo bop. All right? So he was going to say whatever he could to remain in his bed and to remain in J-Lo. Okay? He was going to say whatever he wanted, whatever he needed to say. Okay? To remain in J-Lo's good graces so he wouldn't get kicked out the bed. Okay? You know how some men be lying to their wives? Talking about, oh, baby, that looks good on you. Because, good and well, if you say, baby, you might not want to wear that. It doesn't compliment, your figure. But you say it looks great on her because, that's her favorite dress. And she loves it. And if you don't love it too, she's going to start crying. It's like that. It just gave me that type of vibe. But anyways, the vocals on Rebirth and the vocals on her previous albums sounded totally different. Okay, if you listen to J-Lo's previous albums versus Rebirth and her newer albums, they sound different. Why? Because she doesn't have Ashanti to help her. She doesn't have Christina Milian to help her. Okay, and people don't know, Christina Milian was the one that was actually singing in the song Play. If you don't remember J-Lo's pop hit, okay, from back in the 90s called Play, that wasn't J-Lo singing. And see what happens is, okay, Irv Gotti, y'all don't know who Irv Gotti is. He was the founder and the CEO of Murder Inc., Ashanti's old record label. What he would do is he would take the records that were already sung by J-Lo, that were already sung by Ashanti, that were already sung by Christina Milian, and he would shop them to J-Lo as demos. But instead of her using them as a demo or as a reference track, okay, so she would know how the song is supposed to sound, she's taking the demo and putting it out as the actual song. Okay, and masking them as her vocal, and they're just saying, oh, those are J-Lo's vocals. No, they're not. People have been saying for the longest time that J-Lo's vocals sound different. That, oh my goodness, she sounds so much different on this song than she sounds on this one. That's because that's not her singing, that's Ashanti. Okay, that's not her singing on that song right there that you just heard. That's Christina Milian. That's why she sounds like two different people singing, because it is two different people. People just thought that she was so talented that she could sound like two separate people. Okay? People actually thought that J-Lo was so talented that she just sounded like two completely different people. Okay? Whenever an artist changes their sound, it still sounds like them. You can still tell it's them singing in some way. Because if you're a fan, like a true fan, been a fan since the beginning, you can tell that when that's your fave singing. No matter what key it's in, no matter what arrangement it's in, you can tell, okay, that's Christina Aguilera, that's Beyonce, that's Ariana Grande. Oh, that's Oh, that's Jessie. What's her name? Jessie something. I forgot what her name was. That's Adele. Like, you can tell what those are no matter what key they're singing in. Okay? They don't sound like a whole other person. They don't sound as if a completely different person is singing the song, because that's what it is. Let's talk about Young Jeezy and Jeannie Mai. Now, I absolutely love Jeezy. He's been my favorite rapper since forever. I know you can't look at me and tell, but I love trap music. I love T.I., I love Bone Crusher. Who else? I love Mike Jones. I love Young Jug and his kind of like Kids Bop brand of trap music. Okay, but we all loved it. Okay, you know the millennials. We was all bumping. I know you see it. We was all bumping. It's going down. Okay, even though it sounded a little Kids Bop-ish, it was still a bop. Okay. So Jeezy addresses Jeannie Mai's comment that she made on the reel, talking about she likes her dark meat on the side and white meat keeps her lean. Now, my whole thing is, I feel like this is the reason why Tamar got put off the show. This is my theory about why Tamar got fired. All right? And I want to tell, okay, you're wondering, like, what does this have to do with Jeannie Mai's comment about liking dark meat on the side? Well, okay, after Jeannie Mai made that comment, Tamar calls her out and said, well, hold up, you said you like your dark meat on the side? And Jeannie was like, well, what do you think that means? And she's like, well, girl, you know what that means. Honey, meaning you like black men as a side piece. She's alluding to Jeannie Mai saying that she likes her black men as a side piece, as a side dish. Okay? Even L'Oreal, who used to be on, what's her name, Angela Yee's podcast, Lip Service, pointed it out when she said, oh, you the main dish now. Okay? She knows what she meant, what she said. She knows she said she likes black men as a side piece. Okay? She marries white men, but, she likes her a little sausage, a little dark sausage on the side. She wants her a big old bratwurst on the side. She likes hot dogs, but she, sometimes she enjoys a big old bratwurst. Okay? And that's probably one of the reasons that caused problems in her marriage, is her saying, she likes her like a little big old bratwurst, big old pork sausage. She likes a big old Bavarian pork sausage on the side. And Freddie wasn't having that. So to him, it's like, you married to me, you say you love me, but you out here, dipping and dabbing, like you out here dipping and dabbing and doing your thing with your little chocolate side piece. To him, he heard, you have a side piece. Okay? Because that's what I would hear. I would hear, oh, you like dark meat on the side, huh? Okay. So, what you trying to tell me? Okay? And what you trying to tell me? You telling me that the cameraman, because I think their cameraman is black. You think that the cameraman had his tripod all up in my wife? Is what you're trying to tell me? So you telling me the black cameraman has had his tripod all up in my wife? Okay, is that what you're trying to tell me? Because that's how I would feel. I would feel so like, oh, you like. That would be like my man telling me, oh, he likes vanilla on the side. Okay, so you cheating on me with a white girl is what you're saying? Because that's how I would feel. If he's saying, oh, I like, chocolate ice cream, but I like it with some vanilla on the side. Like, that would make me feel some type of way. And it's like, she don't think saying something like that would make him feel some type of way. I would feel some type of way. I'm with Freddie on this one. I feel like, so, what she mean by that? And she would probably be like, oh, it's just girl talk, baby. It's just girl talk. I didn't mean nothing by it. It's like, girl, every man crush Monday, she picks a black dude. Every man crush Monday on the real, she always holds up a black dude. That's the sign. That's the sign right there. And it's like him. He felt like, okay, you was getting your chocolate on the side. I'm gonna get my vanilla on the side, since that's what you want to do. Since that's the game. I felt like that what was happening with them is like, okay, two can play this game. You want your chocolate on the side? Best believe I'm gonna get my vanilla on the side too. Okay? Because you're not about to play me like that. If I was like, you're not about to play me like that. You're not about to play me like that. Sitting up there as a me looking stupid, being married to you for 10 years, me thinking that you in love with me and I'm the only one you want. Okay? But it's like, yeah. And she tried to clean it up and being like, well, white men are her first choice. Sweetie, when you're married to someone or you're with somebody for 10 years, they want to be your only choice. Okay? When you marry somebody, especially for that amount of time, or you date somebody for a long time, they want to be the only choice. Okay? They want to know that there's no other option out there. And I know it might sound a little crazy to some people, but it's like, for me, I want to be the only choice. Okay? Don't sit there and look me in my face and tell me that there's something that you prefer other than me. And you married to me. Right? No, I want to be the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th choice. Okay? Not telling like you prefer me and somebody else too. No, that's not how that works. And she knew that statement was going to cause trouble. And I believe that that's what got Tamar fired, is because she pointed out that she said that she likes black men as a side piece. Okay? Like, let me know if y'all think that sounded a little bit racist. But anyways, we're going to talk about Jeezy's. We're going to talk about Jeezy's response to that. Okay, so now we're going to get into Jeezy's response to that. Okay, I know I've been talking a long time about what Jeezy said, but we're going to get into what Jeezy said. And Jeezy said this. He said, how can his wife be racist, okay, if she knows, okay, but if she, okay, sorry, that was a comment section. Okay, if she likes like E40 and knows E40 better than him, okay, meaning I'm thinking he says she means E40 records or something like that, like E40 songs, or she's kicked it with E40 and they know each other. If you don't know who E40 is, he is a huge rapper from the Bay. Tell Me When to Go is one of my favorite songs. Okay, I'm all about the hyphy movement. Okay. We Out Here Trying to Function is one of my favorite songs. And I like songs like that. I love songs like that. So he's saying that because she knows E40, she ain't racist. She's not racist. Okay. I'm sorry. That she's not, because she knows E40. And it's like, to me, that was the equivalent of like, I have a black friend. Like him saying some stupid stuff like, oh, she knows E40 better than me. That is the equivalent of I have a black friend. And to me, they didn't really have a discussion about her comment about that. They didn't. they didn't really talk about it, because to me it's like, and I'm not saying that he's with her for a good look. I'm just saying that he's like, look, it's making you look a little bit more polished, you know, being her and being with a woman that's known for having style, for having class. But Jeannie gets a little ratchet too. Okay, don't let that whole Jeannie is not as polished as Jeezy wants us to think she is. And this is no shade, but Jeannie gets a little bit ratchet too. Jeannie's from the Bay, and Jeannie lets you know she's from the Bay. Okay? Jeannie loves, like, what other, like, Jeannie loves riding bikes, you know, through the hood, her on the back of the hood, her on the back of the bike with her big, strong chocolate man, and she's wrapping her arms around him. You know, she's probably done dreamed about that a couple of times. You know, probably didn't have fantasies about her riding through the hood on the back of her man's bike. Like, you know, she probably didn't had, you know, when her and Freddie are getting it in, you know, she probably didn't fantasize about wrapping her arms around some big, strong chocolate while they riding through the hood, listening to Tupac. Okay? And that's probably what he's been thinking the whole entire time during their marriage. It's like, so you like dark me on the side, so when we make love and you holding me close and you screaming and you doing all of this and that, you thinking about your big chocolate man. Okay? You think about Devontae busting your cervix wide open. That's what you thinking. Okay? He's like, in his head, he's thinking he hitting it good because you screaming, you holding him, you scratching that back. No. You think about that BBC and how you want that busting your cervix wide open right now. That's what you want. And he's thinking, how can I compete with that? That little statement she made, like right there, I think just like that was the nail in the coffin for him, for their marriage. Just like, when I'm talking to you, when I'm engaging with you, when we're making love at night, you thinking about some other dude. Okay, you fantasize, you have your little BBC fantasy. And that's what Jeezy is to her. That's her BBC fantasy right there. He big, he's strong, he muscular, he milk chocolate, you know. He talks like with that kind of like, you know, southern, not really a southern drawl, because Jeezy's not really from Atlanta. And if you watch the versus battle, he talks about how he's not really from Atlanta. So we're gonna talk about this election, okay? The fact that I am so happy that we got that KFC bucket built idiot out of here. Okay? The man is shaped like a whole entire KFC bucket of chicken. The man is shaped like a whole 6-piece bucket of Popeyes. That has the nerve to call women fat. Okay? He has the nerve to call anybody fat. He has the nerve to make, I feel like anybody that looks like Donald Trump should never make fun of anybody. Ever. Never. It's like, dude, when you look like you've never been inside of a gym and all you eat is literally buckets of KFC, because that's all you see in big selfies with is buckets of freaking KFC. I feel like you should say nothing about nobody ever in life. Okay? I don't know if y'all agree with me or not. I just feel like this man should keep his trap shut about anyone. Dude, if you literally built like Santa Claus, don't say nothing. Okay? You literally built like a beanbag chair. And I know my 90s babies know what a beanbag chair looks like. That's our former president. The man is shaped like a giant ass beanbag chair. I was telling my grandmother this the other day. I ain't never seen a person that's orange. Like, have you ever seen an orange human being? Like, I've seen a black person, I've seen a white person, I've seen an Asian person, but I've never seen an orange person. Like, what race would orange be? Like, would y'all classify that as white? Like, would you classify an orange person as white? I'm just saying. Like, I would classify him as not even human. And the White House doctor's like, he's the healthiest person to ever grace the presidency. And it's like, how are you healthy looking like that? How are you healthy looking like you 20 months pregnant? This man looked like he is 20 months pregnant. Okay? Now me, I got a little bit of a belly too. Okay, but I'm not gonna be talking shit about nobody else like I want. Right? I don't exactly have a six-pack. I don't have six-pack abs. I'm not going to be sitting here calling some, well, the only person I would call fat is Donald Trump. That's the only person. And the only person I would really talk about is Donald Trump. That's the only person. And everybody else I wouldn't even. That's because he's such an effed up human being. That's why. That's why I would just let him have it. I would just roast him into the day they roll his fat behind and just roll him into his coffin. Because they just tip the table over and they just roll him into his coffin. Because y'all know that's exactly what's gonna freaking happen. So we're going to talk about the Saved by the Bell remake. Okay, I feel like this is how you should do a reboot. Okay, is you should have the original cast members there. Okay, so the Saved by the Bell reboot is you have the original cast members coming back as teachers. The only person that's missing is Lark Voorhees, who played Lisa. And you know, I am a big fan of 80s television. I love Lisa Turtle. I thought she was intelligent. I thought she was funny. I thought she was just the shining example of what a Black character is supposed to look like. I felt like Saved by the Bell was ahead of its time when they created Lisa Turtle. Okay? I love the fact they did not have Miss Lisa snapping her fingers. I love the fact they did not have Miss Lisa popping her neck. I love the fact that she was just as big of an airhead as the white girls. I love it. I love the fact that they had her as just this poppy little bubble-headed girl. I love the fact that she was just as much of an airhead as Kelly was. And Kelly was a damn airhead, okay? But like an airhead in like a cutesy little Valley Girl way. I love that about her. Okay, they had her as much as being as much of a Valley Girl as the other girls were. And I believe, like I said, I believe that they did that character right. Okay, as one of the first and only Black leads that they had on that show. So I'm just sad that she didn't come back as maybe like as like a fat, like I don't know, like what she would be teaching, but I just wanted to see her ignore Screech. That's just what I want. I wanted, as a fan of 80s nostalgia, I just wanted her to come on and just give Screech the business like she always does. But I know that's never going to happen because they don't want Destin Diamond's antics attached to their brand of what the Saved by the Bell brand is. So, anyways, so during one of the episodes, they mentioned Selena Gomez's organ transplant. I believe, was it a liver or a kidney? Okay, it was one of those, either her liver or her kidney that she needed a donor for it. And we all know that one of her best friends, Frisa, I'm going to fuck up her last name. I'm not very good with last names. The chick from Grownish. Yeah, the chick from Grownish. Who played the Cuban chick from Grownish. Yeah, she gave her she donated one of her organs to her, which I think is the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. Like that is, and it's like the biggest, like I can't even talk right now. Like the biggest show of like how you care about someone. Like the biggest way to show that you care about someone. Like nothing beats giving someone an organ. Nothing. I don't care if you loan somebody some money. I don't think that is the biggest way to show that you really love someone. Like the true test of a friendship, of like siblings, anything, is if that person needs an organ and you give it to them. Organ and you're a match and you give it to them. That was just dope beyond belief. Like that woman deserves all her flowers for what she did for Selena Gomez. But they had the audacity to talk shit about what happened. And then subsequently issued an apology for it. As I hate, oh my goodness, 2020 is just the year of apologies for shit people know they shouldn't be doing in the first place. Okay, 2020 is the year of apologies for shit people know they shouldn't be doing in the first place. Okay, i.e. Noah Cyrus. Okay, sweetie, let's talk about Noah Cyrus and her defending Harry Styles. I'm not mad at her for defending Harry Styles. I'm mad that this girl had the audacity to come out her mouth and call a black woman a nappy-headed hoe. Okay? And say that she didn't understand the historical context of what the word nappy-headed hoe meant. Girl, bye. I know you and your friends listen to enough hip-hop to know what nappy-headed hoe means. I know y'all listen to enough Nicki Minaj to know what nappy-headed hoe means. Okay? Your fave rappers from Lil Wayne to Nicki Minaj. Okay, not Drake, because Drake never uses the term nappy-headed hoe. I love me some Drake. Okay? He respects black women and doesn't call us nappy-headed hoes. I love Drake. Anyways, from Nicki Minaj to Lil Wayne to all these rappers who can't find something else to write about in their music other than attacking natural-haired black women, other than attacking black women who don't wear weaves. Honey, this is my natural hair and ain't nothing nappy about it. But she had the nerve to come out of her mouth and call Candace Owens a nappy-headed hoe. Now, I cannot stand this woman. The fact that she constantly villainizes innocent black people, innocent black men, and then has the nerve, after talking so much shit about liberals, to try and sound the alarm and get us to attack Noah Cyrus. Okay, we're not attacking Noah Cyrus on behalf of you. We're attacking Noah. We're coming for Noah. We're coming for Miss Noah on behalf of all black women who have ever been disrespected by being called a nappy-headed hoe. Okay, little Miss Candace, don't think that this is just about you. Don't pat yourself on the back. Okay, thinking that, oh, I got liberals to do something for me. No, honey. This is the fact that this little girl had the nerve to come out her mouth to call somebody a nappy-headed hoe and felt comfortable enough to call somebody that shit. Okay? That's what this shit is about. Okay? This shit ain't just about you. Okay? This wasn't to get you to change your mind about liberals, which we all know she's not. We all know she's not going to change her mind about liberals if liberals, especially liberal black people, come to the defense of her conservative ass. She knows ain't nobody going to she ain't gonna change her mind about us. She ain't gonna all of a sudden like us if we go to Twitter and we take to our Instagram and we drag Noah Cyrus, okay, by them blow up doll lips of hers. Looking like a poorly manufactured blow-up doll. Okay? We know this heifer ain't gonna change her mind about liberals. She's gonna be right there with everybody else, calling us libtards again. Once we get done defending her ass, she's gonna be right back to calling us libtards and say all types of stupid shit. Okay? She's gonna be right back at it. She's going to be back at it again and back at it again if we defend her ass. Okay? So we're going to let her know and make this very clear that this is not just about you. Okay, honey? This ain't about you. She didn't just attack you. She attacked every single black woman that's ever been called a nappy-headed hoe by anyone. Okay? We coming at you, Miss Noah. Not on behalf of her, on behalf of all of us. And she knows where she heard it from, like I said. She knows she heard it from somewhere. Otherwise, she wouldn't know how to use it, though. How do you know what? I didn't know what context. You knew what context it came from. Don't nobody in their right mind, okay, call somebody a nappy-headed hoe as a term of endearment. Where you hear somebody call somebody a nappy-headed hoe as a term of endearment. Ain't nobody ever called nobody no nappy-headed hoes out of a term of endearment, and ain't nobody ever called a white woman no nappy-headed hoe. Ain't nobody, have never heard nobody call a white woman no nappy-headed hoe. Okay? White women have knots, okay, in their hair, but they don't call them naps. They don't. We call our knots that. That's what we call our stuff. When it's knotted and it's mangled and it's hard to comb, we call it nappy. Okay? As many black folks as your sister then had in her camp back during her hip hop phase, you probably heard it every once in a while. You probably know you had heard it from the black choreographer who got mad at somebody and called that person a nappy-headed hoe. Okay, as much black people as she was probably hanging around during her sister's phase, as she likes to call it, she knows that's where she got it from. Okay? She knows it was probably from the black dancers that Miley had in her videos. Okay? Noah was probably hanging out on the set of We Can't Stop. She was probably there. And y'all saw the video for that. You saw how many black folks Miley had in that video. Y'all saw it. So Noah probably picked it up from there. And I think she was old enough when the dude from Beverly Hillbillies, because that's what he looks like to me. He looks like when the dude from the Beverly Hillbillies had the audacity to call a group of black women athletes a nappy-headed hoe. I know she heard that. I know she heard when Grandpa Don Imus open his disgusted, crusted, busted ass mouth and call those beautiful black women, those beautiful black athletes, nappy headed hoes. She knows she probably heard it. Because that clip is circulating the internet as we speak and has been for years. So I'm pretty sure somebody showed it to her. So don't say you never heard it, baby girl, because you have. You could have picked another way to defend Harry Styles. You could have called her any other thing but a nappy-headed hoe. You had to go there. Sweetie, and I know you're holding out hope, aren't you? You're holding out hope. The election, I think somebody forgot to tell you, Red Raptor, that the election's over. The election's over. The votes have been counted. The courts have thrown out your boy's appeals. Okay. Come January, Joe Biden is going to be the new president. Okay. Yeah, it's Joe Biden, and it's going to be our president. And guess what? You're going to have a black woman, and not only a black woman, but she's also South Asian too. And she is going to be our vice president. Okay? So Pence, with his stormtrooper looking ass, is going to be out. Okay? Yeah, you should have voted. You should have voted. Okay? All you Trump supporters still talking about Trump 2020, guess what? Your boy lost. If you wanted him to win, you should have showed up. Okay? You should have showed up. You should have voted. Okay? But when are y'all going to understand? Y'all are the minority. Isn't that ironic? Y'all are the minority. How does that feel? Trump supporters in the chat right now. I want to know one thing. Okay? I'm trying to see something. Okay? How does it feel to be in the minority? I want to know, how does it feel to be a minority for once in your lives? Like, I want to know. Like, how does that crap feel? I don't know how it feel. Okay? I want to know. Like, y'all, I want to know. All my Trump supporters in the chat right now, I want to know how it feels to be in the minority. Okay? Because that's what y'all are. Okay? The nation as a whole doesn't support your ideology. Okay? The nation as a whole, sorry to tell y'all this, isn't afraid of people that are different. The nation as a whole isn't afraid of me. Okay? No, they aren't afraid of me and people that look like me. Okay? And I think people that are afraid of me and people that look like me, they think all of y'all are stupid. Okay? I can taunt a Trump supporter all day. Okay? Today I got time, guys. Okay? I can taunt a Trump supporter all day. Okay? I can taunt you backward idiots all day long. Okay? I'm not time. Let's believe it. You think I'm gonna block you? No. No, honey, I have no moderators. Honey, I think I'm gonna block you? No, I'm not. What I am is I'm going to roast you is what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to roast you. You deserve to be roasted. Okay? You deserve to be roasted. Trump supporters deserve to be dragged. You deserve to be roasted. Okay? Talking about face palm, dude. Yeah, you should smack yourself in the face for supporting that KFC bucket built idiot. You should smack yourself in the face for that shit. And if I was there with you, I would help you. Okay. That's enough of roasting the peanut gallery. Let's get back on Noah's neck, shall we? Like I was saying, she knew exactly what she was saying. She knew exactly where it came from. So I don't know why she's trying to play stupid. See, 2020 is the year of irrelevant people using racially charged rhetoric to gain fame and notoriety. 2020 has become that year. Once again, 2020 has become the year of the apology from these red. Oh, what's up? Oh, I got somebody watching from Greece. How's everything going over there? I don't know how people watching me from Greece, okay? I mean, I should have known this is the internet. Okay, possibly, but it's like, oh, they're watching me from Greece. I'm like, girl, it's the internet. Shoot, they're watching you from all over. Really bad. C-19 is so bad. And it's bad over here, too. It really is. Because you got people that are not willing to wear masks. Yeah, I agree. Dylan Herbert YT says, yeah, I agree. 2020 has been bad so far. By the way, I'm new. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to everybody. Welcome to all my new subscribers. Welcome. If you're new to the chat, you're new to the live. We are just talking about everything in 2020, honey. We're talking about Trump losing the election. I'm watching from New Zealand. What's up, New Zealand? We're talking about everything that's going on from 2020, from Miley Cyrus's little sister trying to be relevant. We're talking about Donald Trump losing the election. We're talking about Chris Brown possibly being married. I think Chris Brown was possibly married. I don't know about y'all, but I think he's married. Okay? I think him and Aiko's mom just snuck off and got married. That's just my theory. Okay, that's just what I think. But them rings are definitely receipts. And Kobe Bryant helicopter crash. That was definitely devastating. And Vanessa Bryant is actually suing the helicopter company because they shouldn't have been willing to fly in inclement weather. Like, that helicopter pilot just willingly put Kobe and everybody's lives in danger. And that's the thing, is these people are not willing to tell these celebrities no. Okay, you've got these yes men that will do whatever these celebrities say. Okay, like, he should have told him, I'm sorry, Mr. Bryant, but due to inclement weather, we won't be flying today. No, instead, he goes ahead and he flies the plane anyways. Also, Lil Uzi Vert sold his soul, and he said he will kill himself to go to hell in 2021. What? When did that happen? When did that happen? Lil Uzi Vert said he sold his soul, and then he's going to kill himself in 2020. They shouldn't cancel the flight and waited until the weather is sunny. They should have waited. They should have told him. They should have waited until the weather was sunny. I agree with you, Dylan. Absolutely. But like I said, it's these yes men that are so willing to do whatever these celebrities say at the detriment to themselves. Says El Gusantino says, yep, you can search for it. And he says, I agree with Dylan. Yeah, I agree with Dylan too. They should have waited. But, since he was Kobe Bryant, he didn't want to tell him no. And to me, that's ridiculous. At the end of the day, these celebrities are people. Like, why can't you tell them no? If you want to risk your life, if you want to risk your life, do it. Not with your kids inside the helicopter. I agree. If you wanted to risk his life, you should have done it with Gianna inside the helicopter. Like he should have drove or just not went to the game. I agree too. Yeah, he should have either just not went to the game. I mean, you can miss the game. Stay home with your wife and your other children. Like the smaller one, I forgot what her name was, but she barely has had any memories with her dad. Like all that baby has is pictures of her and her father together. Like she has no like real memories as in things that she can look back on like her older sisters can. Like her older sister can look back and remember all the times they have with daddy, but she can't. By the way, what time is it? There it's 4:40. I'm here. It's 9:40 here where I'm at. I'm in Virginia. But poor little, I think her name is Caprice. Poor little Caprice doesn't have any memories that she could look back on of her dad because she's too little to remember anything. Like while her older sister, I think her name is Natalia. Natalia has plenty of fond memories she can look back on when it comes to her father, but baby Caprice doesn't. She won't be able to like all the times of him reading books to her and taking her places. She won't remember that. Like her mom will tell her about it, but she's like, I don't remember. And I feel bad for her because of that. Says it's 3. Okay, Dylan says it's 3 p.m. almost 4 p.m. here. Dylan said he's from New Zealand. But anyways, a lot of these people have sold their souls to the a lot of people have sold their souls to the industry. Yeah, a lot of people have. That's why when you look in these people's eyes, it's just dead. It's just nothing there. It's weird. It's like the actor Tyler Posey from Teen Wolf. He told about his drug addiction when he was on Teen Wolf and the things that he had to do in order to be on the show. And there's also an interview that my favorite YouTuber, my favorite celebrity doctor, Storm Monroe, did with an actor by the name of Rovier Carrington. Okay, you need to go check that out. Rovier is out here exposing Hollywood, exposing the Velvet Mafia for what it really is. Okay, and what these child stars are going through. Okay, like what they said, like Shirley Temple was going through back in the day, it's not a lie. It's no joke. Like they be putting these babies through some things, and it's disgusting what these people are doing to these kids, and what these doing, and like what they're doing to these adults too. Like if you listen to a lot of interviews from like people who used to be like, if you listen to the interview that The Game did when he left G Unit, and he'll tell like the reason why he left. One of the reasons why he left is because he said that he wasn't down, for that type of stuff. Like he's like, look, he's like, I'm not like doing those sexual type of acts with another man. I'm not doing any of that. And a lot of these rappers that have kind of left not left the game, but have left their record labels and have started their own labels, they're spilling tea out here. They're letting people know what is going on in the record industry. Okay, and there's a lot of strange things. Like they really expect you to do something strange for some change. Literally. Like Rofier told Storm what Harvey Weinstein had him doing. And like a lot of the things that he was saying, like, I almost cried. Because when I was younger, I wanted to be in the entertainment industry. And to hear the horrific things these people went to just to achieve their dreams, I'm glad I didn't do it though. I'm glad I didn't move to Hollywood to chase my dream. I'm glad I stayed here in my little pocket of suburbia, and decided to chase my dreams my way by doing YouTube. Okay, I'm making my own path for myself without Hollywood. Okay, and I'm just sorry that a lot of these people didn't choose to do that way. Okay, because now they've got a lot of mental scars. A lot of these people have mental scars, okay, and are basically ruined for life. And it's caused by like a lot of these, let me tell you, a lot of these record executives and a lot of these like Hollywood types, a lot of them came from the bottom too. Okay? They came from the bottom. Okay, they know that what it's like to struggle and fight and have doors slammed in your face to reach your dream. So why would you do that to someone? Why would you prey on them like that? You've got to be a sick individual to take advantage of someone like that. Those people in Hollywood are sick. They are demented. And a lot of the stuff you hear, like on True Hollywood Stories, it's the truth. The God's honest truth. Okay? And I know people don't want to believe it because of how disturbing it is, but that's sometimes the most disturbing and unbelievable things are true. What? Like Chris Brown being the way that he is. I think the industry took advantage of him. Because if you look at Chris early on in his career and you look at Chris Brown now, this man looks like he's been through hell. And he probably has. Because in the music industry, you go through some things. Just like in the movie industry, you go through some things. In the music industry, there's a casting couch too. Best believe there is. And a lot of artists will tell you about that damn casting couch. Okay? And what you gotta do to get into these record labels. Okay? These record labels are basically like a gang. They basically initiate you into these labels. And you want to know how you get initiated in? Okay? And it just blows my mind to say this, but you either have to give of yourself orally or in the behind. Yeah, it's weird. It's like Lil Wayne and Birdman's relationship. You can't tell me Lil Wayne and Birdman ain't you can't tell me that Little Man and Birdman are not in a relationship. What grown man do you know kisses his son in the mouth? Like, you can't tell me those two aren't involved. Like the way they are with each other, like you can't tell me those two aren't involved. And I know I struck a nerve with somebody, but hey, it's the truth. All right? It is the God's honest truth. Because the way they act towards each other, it's like scorned lovers. It is. And Weezy already said it himself about what happened to him when he was younger in the industry. Well, he was younger before he got into the industry. He already said what happened to him, and he said he was happy that it happened to him. And I nearly cried when the man said he was happy that it happened to him. Like, how are you happy about being R-word at 7 years old? If y'all don't know, Weezy was R-worded at 17. Not at 17, but 7 years old. And he said he was happy that it happened to him. I nearly cried. And it's like, is that why this man is the way that he is? Is that why he's constantly drinking lean? It's like, bro, we know what's in your cup. You can keep telling us to mind our business about what's in your cup, but bro, we know it's in that styrofoam cup. Okay, anybody knows anything about Southern drug culture? We know about that syrup, bro. We know about that lean. We know you've been about that life for a long time when it comes to sipping syrup. And I'm doing a lot of other things too. That's why he keeps purchasing weapons, knowing good and well he's not supposed to have them. Because he's not in his right mind. And that's, to me, I believe that's the reason why he can't keep a relationship. Because there's not going to be too many women that are going to deal with this man constantly being in a drug-induced state. You look at Weezy and he's high all the time. But of course, I'm not going to let that be an excuse for him and the shit that he says. I'm not trying to excuse Weezy and the fact that he's constantly trying to dismiss police brutality. This man stays trying to dismiss police brutality just because there was one police officer that saved his life. It's like, bruh, you're one out of how many Black people that happens to? Okay, so don't try to make it sound like it's a daily occurrence. Don't try to make it sound like that shit happens all the time. And the media is just trying to spin it and make it look like it's something else. Because that's not what's happening. Okay, so we and we also talked about Beyonce retiring. I know some of y'all gonna be like, is Jay-Z retiring for good this time? I know some of y'all gonna be like, is Beyonce taking him with her in her retirement? Be like, baby, let's retire together. Let's just enjoy our millions, enjoy our 50, love, and maturity, and not make no more music. I know a lot of y'all are hoping that will happen. Me personally, I miss the old Jay-Z. Oh my goodness. Sometimes, like during the quarantine, best believe I was binging some vintage Hove. Like, if you know me, you know that I am a huge Jay-Z fan. I love me some vintage Jigga. Okay? Ain't no man like the one I got. Yes. Jigga what? Jigga who? Big Pimpin'? Come on now. I listen to Big Pimpin' on heavy rotation. Okay? Pimp C snapped on that. I love Pimp C. Even though it was a short verse, he snaps. Pimp C can say 2 words and still snap. Okay? At me if you want to. I want all the smoke. Pimp C can say 2 words on a record and still snap. Okay? If Pimp C was alive today, he would be going hard on all these little SoundCloud rappers. Okay? But to me, Hov just lost it when he was trying to compete with the little Xans and the little Peeps and the little Pumps of the world. Like, dude, you are a legend. We don't want to hear trap music from you. No. We want to hear Black Album Jay-Z. We want to hear I Dropped That Black Album, then I back out. And as you can ask him, that's what we want to hear. Okay? We don't want to hear him trying to be a mumble rapper. Okay, we want to hear the Jay-Z that we heard on Show Me What You Got. Okay? You want to hear that Jay-Z. Now, he did bring that Jay-Z on I Got the Keys with DJ Khaled. I mean, if you want to, You cannot lie and say that Jay-Z did not bring out vintage hoes on I Got the Keys and Shining. Okay? I Got the Keys and Shining were Jay-Z's two, those were his his biggest verses of this decade were on those songs. Okay? You can't say they weren't, because they were. And Jay-Z, he definitely did give us old Jay-Z on the 444 album. The 444 album, he was definitely giving us Watch the Throne. He was to me, he was listening to the people. The people we was like, we don't want you out here trying to compete with rappers over half your age. We don't want you out here to trying to compete with rappers that are old enough to be your children, that are young enough to be your children. Okay? If you're gonna put out an album, we want grown man Jay-Z. Okay? We want, excuse me, Miss Jay-Z. Okay? When that was truly the stamp of him transitioning from him talking about moving weight, him talking about out here, putting dudes under, to him being on some grown man-ish. Okay, that was his grown man transition. Okay, we want to keep that going. If he's going to continue to make albums, okay, give us Blueprint Hove. Give us Black Album Hove. Give us 444. 444 was definitely giving us Black Album, and it was definitely giving Blueprint. You can't say it wasn't. I mean, you can if you want to, but I'm going to argue you down about that all day long. The story of OJ was definitely giving Blueprint. I love the story of OJ. And I love Pharrell. Even though I got on his neck earlier about the whole Miley Cyrus thing, I love Pharrell. Okay? I know a lot of y'all are going to come at me and be like, you love this sellout? Pharrell's a sellout. I'm like, Tasha, Pharrell's a sellout. I'm like, really? He's a sellout. Like, you really love this dude? Heck yeah, I do. Not just because I'm from Virginia, but because this man undeniably puts out the best music. See, people don't understand. VA has always been in the game, but it's never been publicly known until Pharrell, Missy, and Timbaland came into the game. Nobody publicly knew about Virginia's stamp on music until Timbaland, Pharrell, Missy made it publicly known. VA's got talent, and you about to hear it. Missy, she skates on every record she puts out. And the new stuff, and I'm surprised the new project didn't get as much play as the old stuff did. Okay, because she consistently gives us new stuff, but it's the same quality as like her older albums. This new album to me was definitely giving me the same quality as the Cookout. I know my millennials remember the Cookout album. Oh my goodness, it gave me my favorite songs. The one where I'm trying to remember the one where she sounds like a backwards record. I was like, that's genius. Where she flips the record back. I love it when she flips the record. That song where she flips the record backwards, and she sounds like what happens when you're rewinding a tape. See, only 90s babies know about rewinding tapes. Okay? 80s and 90s babies, we know about rewinding tapes. Okay? Remember our aunties and our uncles telling us about buying cassette tapes of like their favorite rappers and their favorite R&B singers and rewinding it back to like their favorite tracks. That's what Missy was giving us on. Was it Double? What's the song called? Double Dutch? I gotta look up this song again. I love it so much. I just forgot the title. We're gonna talk about Usher, okay? Usher and Ella May. Usher and Ella May, they brought back the R&B that I grew up on. I applaud my girl Ella May for bringing back the songs I grew up listening to. Like Don't Waste My Time was giving me very much Love Like This Before with Faith Evans. It was definitely giving me two-step music. Okay, it was giving me roller rink music. When I was coming up, roller rinks were still very popular. Okay, we used to go to the rink and we would go skating like most Saturdays, and that's what it was giving me. It was giving me roller rink music. I loved it. It was giving me cookout music. Okay, see, these artists ain't giving cookout music. They don't know what it is to put on a song. You know, the mamas, the daddies, the babies, the big mamas, the aunties can listen to while you're grilling them hamburgers and them hot dogs up. That's what Don't Waste My Time gives me. It gives me summertime fun. It means being at your grandmama or your big mama's house and y'all doing the two-step. Y'all two-stepping it. And they even came up with like a cute like little like two-step, almost like electric slide type of dance. And they gave us like a new line dance, which I love. It's been a minute since I've seen line dances. I grew up on the line dance. If you don't know what a line dance is, I'm not talking country music line dancing. I'm talking the electric slide where you get everybody up. You forming like a couple of lines and y'all doing the electric slide. Okay? It was giving me that. It was giving me 2010s Cupid Shuffle, and I love it. Okay, all of my millennials remember the Cupid Shuffle. And I'm my younger ones in here. Y'all remember your cousins, your aunties, your brothers talking about the Cupid Shuffle, talking about doing the Cupid Shuffle in PE. I remember being in elementary school and doing the Cupid Shuffle. Like that's what that dance reminds me of. It takes me back to like good memories of being in elementary school and we doing the Cupid Shuffle. Which was the only time I was ever excited about being in PE with my non-athletic ass. Okay? That was the only time I was ever happy being in PE is doing the damn Cupid Shuffle. I like to dance. So anyways, we're gonna talk about Summer Walker finally admitting that she's pregnant. Which we already knew he was pregnant. Okay, this girl tried to tell us she was just fat. She tried to tell us that she swallowed an M&M. Okay, that she just swallowed a big ass Skittle. Which is the reason why her stomach was so round like that. She's like, oh, I'm just fat. Y'all need to leave me alone. Sweetie, you're famous. We're not gonna leave you alone. You're famous. Okay, you're famous. We're not going to leave you alone. Okay, and we're in the middle of a pandemic, so most of us are still quarantining. So we definitely going to be all up in your business. You definitely going to be asking questions. Like, when's the baby due? What's the gender of the baby? What's the name of the baby? Or is you and London on the track still together? Is he gonna be there when the baby's born? Like, what's tea? Okay, we're gonna be asking questions, and that's the thing is, I don't think Summer Walker understands when you are a celebrity, people are going to be in business. Okay, when you're a celebrity, you're kind of under a microscope. Okay, people think because they buy your movies, buy your records, that they have the right to be all in the Kool-Aid. Okay, they're gonna be all in the Kool-Aid when you're famous. Somebody should have told her, somebody should have prepared her for what's gonna happen when you're famous, baby. They're gonna be all in the Kool-Aid and not even know the flavor. Okay? Somebody should have told her. I feel like, sweetie, you've seen celebrities. Floyd. Oh, what's up, Floyd? Anyways, I feel like somebody should have told her what happens when you're famous. Because she even said if somebody points a camera in her face, she's knocking them smooth out. She says she's going Mayweather on that ass if you run up and just start taking pictures of her. So I'm guessing there's a paparazzi somewhere out there that is probably filing a lawsuit right now, and we just don't know. Because that's what paparazzis do, honey. They run up, they take pictures, they be all in your face, all in your kid's face. They don't care. You got a hit record, you got some hit records, you touring the world, they're going to be all up in your face with that damn camera. Like, what's good? They don't care. Because to those types of people, sorry, you're a girl. Yeah, I'm a girl. My voice is just a little hoarse because I need water. I've been talking for hours, like no water. So I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little hoarse. I've been talking for hours with no water. Sorry, I'm flat-chested and I've been talking for hours with no water. Sorry, I'm flat-chested, I have short hair, and I've been talking for hours with no water. Next time I'll put some makeup on so you can tell I'm a girl. Or I wear my hair like in a style that you can tell I'm a girl. I was just kidding. I just wanted to see your reaction. Dude, I'm not upset that you call me a dude. I'm not. I'm so not upset that you just call me a dude. I know my voice sounds a little raspy right now because I've been talking for hours and I haven't had any water. Okay? I've not had nothing to drink and I've been going off for hours. Like the ones that have been here in the chat earlier, like y'all know, I've been talking for hours, just going off. You have nice cheeks, thank you. We're talking about. Oh, thank you so much. You're so nice. But what we talking about? We're talking about Summer Walker and how she said that if somebody runs up to her and starts taking pictures, she says she's gonna knock them smooth out. Okay, and I'm like, girl, you know there's a lawsuit, like there's just a lawsuit waiting to happen, and you already know these paparazzi, they're gonna try her just to get some of her money. I'm like, dude, she's pregnant. The hormones is everywhere. She don't want to be bothered, but she don't understand these paparazzis and fans. Some fans don't understand. Like sometimes these people just don't want to be bothered. But if you want like a pic or something, just walk up. I understand where she's coming from. Like if you want a pic, walk up nicely and like ask for one. Don't just snap pictures like you're at the zoo. Because some people do be doing that though. And it's like, I understand where celebrities be coming from. Open your shirt. You look bad. Open your shirt more. I am not getting in trouble with YouTube for showing titties. Okay. Like I said, like, I understand where she's coming from. I mean, like, bro, you're not at the zoo. Remember when we were, William Baldwin says, remember when we were excited for 2020 and finally end 2019 as if it was going to get better? I know, right? I remember that. We were so psyched for 2020, man. We're like, the new year is going to be lit. Things are going to get better. You know, I'm about to get that new job that I want. I'm about to get the crib that I want. I'm about to get the guy that I want. I'm about to get the girl that I want. It's about to be lit. Okay, it's like, we're like, 2020 is about to be on. Like, the stuff I didn't get accomplished in 2019, bro, I'm about to get accomplished in 2020. And then Miss Rona came to town and she said, fuck your plans. Miss Rona came to town and she said, fuck your plans. That's what Miss Rona did. Miss Rona came to town and she said, fuck our lives. She said, fuck our lives. She said, fuck our plans. You ain't doing none of that shit. Miss Rona said she gonna have our asses in the house for all of fucking 2020. It says, you look 24 years old. Thank you. I'm actually 28. William says, I remember the first bad thing that happened when I saw on TV Kobe Bryant was dead in a helicopter accident. Yeah, I remember that too. I was like, not Kobe. I was about to cry. I'm not a sports fan, but I love me some Kobe Bryant. Chicana Azteca says, what's up? What's up? I was about to cry. Like, I am not a sports fan, but I love me some Kobe Bryant, though. There's a bust of freestyle. Oh, that's a freestyle. Baby, I'm not a rapper. I love hip hop, but I'm not a rapper. I am not a rapper by all means. Oh, because I'm moving around. Like, I'm about to bust a freestyle for y'all. I know, right? I'm in my bathroom right now, so I'm standing up. And that's why I'm not standing still. So I know I'm moving around. Like, I'm about to bust a freestyle for y'all. Like, I'm about to spit some bars. But no, I can't rap worth shit. Let's see. But yeah, like I said, there's a lawsuit waiting to happen with Summer Walker, man. Because I know the minute when paparazzis get all up in her face with them cameras, she gonna take one of them damn cameras and knock them upside their head. Bathroom about to get turned into a rap though. I do be moving like a rapper though. When it was William says, when it was the middle of the year when the actor of Black Panther died, I was so surprised. I was expecting the worst. But bruh, I know. My goodness. My heart stopped. My heart stopped when Chadwick Boseman died. I was like, what? Like, to me, he was like the epitome of like royalty. He was like the epitome, like he just gave royalty. Like, I was just like, what African country loaned us their king? Like, what African country is he the king of? I'm like, is he the king of Nigeria? Okay, did he come to us? Like, is he vacationing from Ghana? Like, he just gave African royalty, and I loved it. Like, he had like this African regalness, but like this American realness to him. Naming every bad thing that happened in 2020 is like naming each food on a grocery list. William, I couldn't agree with you more. It is. It's a long ass list though. The shit that happened in 2020 is like a grocery list for like if you're feeding like 200 people. It's the wildfires. Yes, the wildfires The wildfires that keep happening, and that's the thing. Like, there's no end in sight. Like, these aren't normal wildfires, y'all. Like, these wildfires keep happening. Like, every time you think these wildfires have stopped, they just keep happening. Like this, like, I know y'all don't think I'm crazy, but these don't seem like no regular wildfires. They don't. Like, at some point, wildfires do stop. The YouTube server stopping for 1 hour for some reason. I know their servers are fucked up. Their servers are always fucked up. Yeah, and especially of course the virus. Yeah, because everybody's online right now. That's why everybody and their mama is online right now. The only good thing that happened is Joe Biden winning. Yes, that is the only good thing that happening, and that happened in 2020 is Joe Biden winning. Yes, that's the only thing. Oh boy. Oh boy, what? I don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, but we got to stay on their heads, though. I see other videos, you have big boobs. Yes, you have big boobs. Yeah, I kind of do. Anyways, 2020 has really been crazy. Tomatoes. Mm-hmm. I think that's shortcut you too. Thank you. I cut my hair myself. I don't know. I'm not a beautician by any means. Okay, so I didn't know what that guy was doing. I was just kind of hoping for the best because I was trying to trim my dead ends. But I don't have money like that to be going to go in the beauty shop unless somebody charged me $55 to cut my hair. Like I said, 2020 has been crazy. And to me, one of the crazier things that have happened in 2020 is there was an OnlyFans girl who sold her childhood photos on OnlyFans for like $3 and then claimed that she didn't understand what she was doing. It's like, girl, you don't understand what she was doing. My mom cut her hair during quarantine, bruh. It looked like my mom cut my hair during quarantine, bruh. It looked like I had cancer. She buzzed it. Oh my goodness. Because like one of the craziest things that happened this year to me, why are all black girls having big boobs? I don't know. Genetics, I guess. One of the craziest things that happened to me is this girl on OnlyFans sold her baby pictures. Was selling her baby pictures on OnlyFans for $3. And I guess OnlyFans took her platform away. And now she's issuing an apology. Okay. Saying that she didn't know, basically saying she didn't know, she didn't know what she was doing. The classic influencer celebrity apology that these people love to give. They love to act like they don't understand the consequences of their actions. And it's like, baby girl, baby boy, you can't be that dense. Another thing happened was Belle Delphine getting banned on YouTube. Who is that? Belle Delphine, who is that? I don't be watching YouTube like that. So who is Belle Delphine? Because my school girls and having some moves in the world. Oh, I'll be playing. Anyways, they should. She's basically a living dream for simps. Yeah. She sells her body on her hands. Oh. Well, I mean, I can't knock. I'm not gonna knock nobody's hustle. I mean, I can get your money while you can. Get your money how you can. Okay, if you're not the best singer in the world, not the best dancer in the world, you know you can't cook. So McDonald's ain't gonna be calling you anytime soon. With nobody's burgers, and you're beautiful, and you feel comfortable in your own skin. Go to OnlyFans. So, like I said, she just gave the classic, this celebrity slash influencer excuse, like, oh, I didn't understand what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. Sweetie, you understood. You're young, but you ain't stupid. And a lot of these kids want to blame their lack of knowledge. I would blame their lack of knowledge on their youth. And it's like, I'm pretty sure your mom and your daddy sat you down and told you the way of the world. How long did I stream until now? I have no idea. It was like 9 o'clock. It's like 10:22 now. And my battery is about to die. So I'm just going to leave you with this. Guys, I'm going to check. Okay, well, check for me how long I've been streaming. How long have I been on here?